Hello everyone, and this week, I'm going to be showing off the AMX 12T. I'm really new to Sky Tanks, and I'm not that experienced, and I'm no expert by any means. I only know the basic stuff, really. The AMX is really interesting. Not like it's really small, and that's really a big advantage for Sky Tanks. The camera rating is pretty good in this tank. I You're probably a lot of diehard scouts out there are probably gonna cringe a little bit through this video, as I do make some pretty big mistakes and I'm a little bit too aggressive at times. But that's just because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to doing that, so it's difficult for me to suddenly go from driving mediums, heavies, and TDs to driving a tank that has no armor, hardly any hit points, and well, the gun's not too bad actually. The gun's quite nice. And I'm just sort of doing a little bit of a scout run right now. So cruising around, say spot that tiger and their AMX and their PCAT SF. Oh well, PCAT, yeah, PCAT SLF. I don't know what I'm talking about. Trying to get that AMX. Oh, rounds are going in, and this is probably where some people start to cringe, because really, you really shouldn't sit on a sort of unload, and I lose hit points for no reason. Yeah, I put 500 into the tiger. He's stopped by the looks of things as well with a turret and stuff. But the MX is a really fun machine. The previous machine, the ELC, oh my god, the ELC is hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It sounds like a little race car with the Gnome Father's engine mod, which is kind of hilarious. But it really is. It just goes around the map like absolute willy-nilly, like 60 plus kilometers, and the gun is deadly. The gun is absolutely deadly, and I almost feel like you can play it like a TD, and if you get a pretty low matchup. So there's that there going for it. Obviously, whenever you go to AMX 12T, you get a 6-round auto loader. It's a 75mm with 144 average pen, I believe. Yeah, 135 average damage as well. So it's quite nice. You can do about 800 average on a clip if you pen every single round. So it's pretty deadly for this tier. The maximum I believe this tank can see is tier 9 scout matchmaking, ever since the 9.1 patch, I believe. I'm not that familiar with scouting, so as I was saying, the whole concept is new to me, so it's difficult for me to adjust that style. And so I'm pretty much going to try and go over here and help these guys sort of push up, but it looks like they got the situation under control. Took a round from the E25 there. Or actually, yeah, I think it was the E25, yeah it was the E25. My team's starting to work him over now, and I'm just going to stay out of the way pretty much, because pretty much if that T28 and spawn, see the E25 is driving away at this point, so I'm just gonna unload on this guy. The aim time and stuff on this gun is actually not too bad. It's better compared to other French autoloaders. That's always been mine. So I love the French line. The French line in general is fantastic. The entire French tree is really enjoyable for me. I actually bought the 50B a couple of days ago, and I've been messed about with that because of the buff it receives in 9.2. I've been messed about with the test server as well. I was actually surprised. I mean, I knew that buff in the 50B would make a hell of a difference, but I never realized how much of a difference it would actually make. The 50B on the test server is a completely different tank to the one on the live server. I'd say we just get behind the 30 and just put a full clip into the rear of his tank. I loaded a gold clip for that, just because I didn't really want to bounce any shells, and I think the 30's back is 80 mils, so it would have still been alright with AP. But that's one thing. Another thing with the AMX is it has hardly any ammo. Like, it is really sparse. You have to be careful about who and what you shoot, because if you just waste a clip, then you've only got 24 more rounds. The 1375 gets 6 more rounds, and I actually just got the 1375. I actually just went and grinded the living crap out of the AMX 12T because I was enjoying it so much, which is, it's pretty rare for me to seriously just sit and grind a tank like that, because it was really fun. Most fun I've had in a while in any tank. The ELC was crazy fun as well. I would go as far as say the AMX, sorry, not the AMX, the French light line is actually one of the most interesting trees out there, because you have a mix of light and medium and heavy, well, mediums, you know. I don't know why I said heavy tanks there. I suppose the French heavies are kind of like mediums anyway. The 50B is kind of like, it's a different play style for me, so I've played a lot of 5100 and 5120. I hated the 51, not the 51, yeah, the 5120. No, what am I saying? Oh god, you guys know what I mean, I think. You know what I'm on about, the 5120. What am I even saying? Yeah, it's a 5120, isn't it? Yeah, it is. There's a 5100 and a 5120. But yeah, the AMX 5120 I hated because its gun depression sucks, and its gun elevation is horrendous. Horrendous. If there's an enemy on a hill, and you're trying to pretty much, you know, kill him, you don't stand a chance. You just can't get the gun up to frickin' shoot him. It's so irritating. And that's why I just sold that tank as soon as I finished the grind on that thing. It's so frustrating. And we've actually put in 2.3k, which is very respectable, I believe, you know, for such a low tier scout. As I was saying, I pretty much got to a review of the French tree as an entire thing once I finished the thing, once I finished the entire tree. And as I say, I'm on the 1375 at the minute, so pretty much just going up that line, sort of, you know, pacing myself with it. I'm on to the AMX 1940. Well, I've unlocked the 1946 in the TD line. I was messed about with the Foch 155 on the test server just to sort of get an idea what its playstyle's like, and because it's been a while since ever since it got nerfed, and I think it was 8.9, I think the Foch 155 got nerfed. It's definitely a different tank. It really does need support. Almost every single French tank is, I don't know, I just feel like they're all support tanks really. You cannot push a line with a French tank. You know, so maybe the problem with people who have problems with the French, because the French line is one of the most, you know, underplayed lines along with the Chinese and Japanese, but the Chinese is kind of understandable because it's nothing but a bunch of clones of the Russian tanks. We have a few unique tanks in there, but not really much to go for an entire line for. The Japanese line is like, the Japanese line's interesting because it's got really good tanks at 8, 9 and 10, but nothing really, like, it's all metacore below that, or terrible. I mean, the Chi-Ri is just a piece of shit, to be honest with you. It's a big boxy tank that has no armor. It's slow, you know. Yeah, it's got a free round autoloader, but it's a free round autoloader with a pretty shitty gun at that tier. I mean, tier 7, you know, I think tier 7 is the worst tier in the game, because it's that tier where you have tanks that aren't really all that amazing, but aren't terrible either. Maybe that's the problem with it. See, there is some really good tanks at tier 7. You know, T29 is a really nice tank. It's one of, you know, it's a very strong tank for that tier. But everything else is, it's kind of metacore. I actually enjoyed the T20, which is the tier 7 American medium. Well, one of them anyway. I really enjoyed that tank, and it's really enjoyable for a tier 7 tank. I still sold it though, because I don't have, I have 2 tier premiums, but I hate grinding things. I hate sitting just playing the same tank over and over, unless I'm enjoying it, of course, you know, which I been with the AMX. Not the AMX line, why do I keep saying that? Frickin' French light line. It's not really the light line. So, I mean, could you really say it's a light line? The AMX 1390 is sort of merges between light and medium, because you have a really powerful gun. You know, it can do a massive amount of burst damage, but you're also really weak, and it's sort of a hit and run tank. You know, sort of get people alone and sort of kill them. That's what I think anyway. But the 1390 is, it's a tank that's good for assassinating low health tanks, or, you know, sort of tanks that are on their own, because it's capable of that because of the massive, What do you got, like 6 round autoloader with 200 average damage per round. So I mean, you can definitely burst people down really fast with that tank, and you can get out of there pretty nifty as well. But guys, that's been the video for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoy making these videos, I really do, and I will continue to do more of them because I love making them. So yeah, this video this is Sunday, so this is probably Monday before this gets uploaded. So I've also got some really cool ideas for my tank reviews. I'm probably going to be reviewing. I can't really think of what tank to do next. So I'm trying to pick tanks that I really have a lot of knowledge about, and I might do the E50. I don't know. I really enjoy the E50. It's one of my favorite tanks. It's a beast. It's incredible. But guys, that's been it that's us for this week, and I'll catch you all next week. I know I've picked up a few subscribers over the past few days, so welcome. I hope you'll continue watching the videos and enjoying them. Always leave feedback down below. I always welcome it. I try to reply to every comment that I get. Thank you guys. Bye. Have a nice day.